Established in January 1974, Kerry Cooperative Creameries Limited, or Kerry Co-op, celebrates a special anniversary, 50 years. This podcast series has been created by Mary Lavery Carrig, based on the first board photographed together in January 1974. This is Mary, and you are welcome to A Chat with Mary, Voices from Kerry Co-op's story. In this episode, episode 9, we hear from Tom Fitzgerald, Kappa, West Kerry, and Joe Shannon, Castle Gregory. They speak about Sonny O'Donnell of Stradbally, a close friend to Tom and an uncle to Joe.
My name is Thomas Fitzgerald, Lord Kappa Brandon, Tralee, County Kerry. I was on the committee from the start, 1973. You had ICMSA and IFA, and the vote was very tight between the two of them, and they'd be canvassing for the board for about a month beforehand.
My name is Joseph Shannon. I live in Coolroo, Castle Gregory, Kerry. I'm a nephew of Sonny O'Donnell, who was on the board of Kerry Co-op. Sonny was my mother's brother. We all grew up back in Sonny's farm, working away in the summers, and we had a great time there.
Sonny O'Donnell was ICMSA, and I suppose, how do I put this? He was very well known, and Dennis Preston came to him then to start this co-op, and Sonny was behind that, himself and Eddie Hayes. Eddie Hayes was IFA though, and Sonny was ICMSA.
So there would have been a slight clash of personalities there with the politics of farming and like anything else that there's people involved in, there would have been trouble.
That's right. They were good friends behind it all, very good friends. But the day of the voting was, well, of course, there was money involved, and the director was well seen after. We got nothing now. The representative, we had a vote. Like, I was the only one back along that had the vote. Yeah. For the simple reason, it was tight between ICMSA and IFA. Mm-hmm. And Sonny arrived to me. In fact, it was the year I married. And he arrived to me and he said, "Will you join with the ICMSA?" And I said, "I'll think about it." But thinking about it didn't do. He was on to me again. And he used to go with me to the board meetings, always. Dennis Preston and Sonny were good friends for the simple reason he was a vice chairman, and then he became chairman after a while. I think it was Dennis Buckley was the chairman of Kerry Group at the start, but Sonny was chairman then after, which it was a big shout.
Absolutely, it was a big shout. Sonny had a very strong personality. He liked to get things his own way. He would direct you to do things, as they say, or tell you how to do things, and it was done one way, Sonny's way or no way. Gave us a great start in life, working back in the farm. We had a great education. We gave our summers there with our cousins, the Moriartys and that. We worked hard, played hard and had good fun. And we had a great summers there. And he was a very, very determined man. If he wanted to do something, it would get done one way or the other. And someone might suffer in the end, but it would be done. Sonny's farm was in Stradbally, about 3 miles from Castle Gregory, which would be a bigger village. Stradbally, when we were young, there was 2 pubs there, a shop, but unfortunately now it has got very quiet, 50 years on, as with all small villages. But like, it was a very busy farming locality then, a lot of dairy farms, or a bit of sheep farming. But there was a lot of big dairy farms and very progressive farmers. Everything they tried to do everything to progress on their farms and improve things, and improved a lot of the people in the locality.
And he was given to his cows, like the way he see after them and fed them and everything. he was something else, like, very serious man, you know. He'd say, this is serious now, lads, no fooling now. And he meant it. A great neighbour, a great man, how would I put it, what do you call it, very, how do I think of the word, kind of generous in his ways, you know. There was nothing mean about him or anything like that, and he liked to see every farmer going ahead, you know. You had Clahan, you had Stradbally, you had Enniscall, you had Camp, you had Lispole, you had Ballyferreter, you had Dingle. Dingle was very central here. What's the name of the places then further back, Joe? Eddie David, Fiona and Vintry, Dunquin. And any problem then, you would go to Sonny, that you know, who had any problem. And he was in the board since the first day. Well, he was a well-known man, like, and a respected man, you know. Would you say the problem was they was saying about this young man starting off in this process, and you see they were slow. They were all in the dairy disposal board before that, and then it was a big change now to 3 men. What do you call it again, Joe? The caravan, the mobile caravan, like they started to work with in the stall. They were saying that wouldn't last. That's right. But Dennis and Sonny were great friends, and there was with the farmers social always. There was ICMSA and IFA, will they be there? But it was Ballygarry, that's right. But the last one Sonny was in, just Preston rang our house. Well, it was Peggy that answered the phone anyway, and he said, whatever you do, bring Sonny O'Donnell to Castleisland tonight, which we did.
What year was that, Tom?
I can't think. I should have written down that.
The socials, was it ICMSA or? Yes. ICMSA socials, I was at a few of them in Ballingarry with Sonny. They were great nights. A lot of people there and plenty of re-raw. Michael O'Callaghan band playing. They were great social nights. I was only a young boy at the time. I wasn't even drinking. I think I used to end up driving the car home at some stages. They were very good nights. Nice to meet people, genuine people, and they all out enjoying themselves after a tough year, and that was good fun.
He arranged a meeting out in Ballygwen School, and a lot of the farmers went to the meeting. This is Brandon and Clan, yeah. And some of the farmers didn't want to join the co-op at the time. So you know what was going on. Then one of them signed this thing and that thing. But eventually I knew it happened that they'd give it a go, give it a trial. And so they was instrumental in proposing for the whole thing and starting the whole thing. I think he believed in it because the farmers would be getting a better price for their milk, number one. You know, I gave 20 odd years with Sonny O'Donnell, going to meetings and driving him home after a few jars. Oh, we'd be careful of our words coming home. We could start the row very easy. If I were praising the other side, IFA. That's the fact.
I was just wondering, Tom, did that go on all the time, just the history between the ICMSA and the IFA?
The day of the voting was a big day. You'd have them all walking up to you. Do you want to, having a drink? Do you want a drink? Well, I never drank in my life, and there was no good coming to me anyway. Oh, that was serious stuff, like. Sonny would say to me, going in the car, he'd say, you know, you're men out today. So... Well, I think the IFA are bigger farmers than the ICMSA, you know. Right. IFA are very big farmers, the most of them. And they would say, as Sonny would say, I'm standing for the ordinary man.
I just didn't understand how there was so much politics between the ICMSA and the IFA.
But Sonny always claimed he was standing for the ordinary ICMSA farmer. And that was that. I'd say he couldn't believe it, the man, you know. And everyone rode in behind him. But it took some time, like, you know, you don't change a farmer all of a sudden. Eddie Hayes did a lot for Kerry Group, no doubt about that, worked hard as well, to get it off the ground. The three people that were very important in the business was Dennis Brosnan, Hugh Friel and Dennis Cregan.
I was only in my teens when Sonny was going to all the board meetings, but it's amazing what they built up through work and effort and toil over the years. And to see how it has gone from as Tom said, from a little caravan to what it is nowadays, a multi-conglomerate all over the world, jobs all over the world for good professional people, young people, and hopefully keeping them in Ireland as well.
I remember, we went up somewhere, the son had to go to some college up the country, I don't know where, I forget anyway, but I had to be down in time for the meeting. And he was standing in the door and he said, "Come on, there's a cup of tea first, you'll have a cup of tea and we'll go into the meeting." He was on the lookout. I had to tell him how far I was on my way. I wouldn't be that long more. Well, things were tight and anything could go wrong, I see me say, Victor, we wanted no more. There were no row, no fists or no nothing, but in a gentle way. But you got the feeling straight away, And the chairman meant a big thing. I mean, Sonny was great going for him to get to that standard,
I wish to say a sincere thank you to Tom Fitzgerald and to Joe Shannon. Thank you too to Charlie Nelligan for concertina music. You have been listening to a podcast series, episode 9, from A Chat with Mary, Voices from Kerry Co-op's Story. This is Mary Lavery Carrig, and thank you for listening.